This video explores the key aspects of damages in contracts, focusing on remoteness, causation, and mitigation. Join us as we delve into the principles that guide compensation for breach of contract. Damages in contract law? Have you ever wondered how damages are determined in contract law? Damages are awarded for breach of contract to compensate the injured party. The aim is to place the claimant in the position as if the contract had been performed. Damages cover expectation loss or reliance loss. Sometimes courts award damages beyond strict compensation. Understanding this helps in assessing legal entitlements. Non-compensatory damages include nominal, aggravated, and restitutionary damages. These are awarded under specific circumstances. Nominal damages acknowledge a breach without significant loss. Aggravated damages compensate for emotional harm. Restitutionary damages aim to strip profits gained from the breach. Damages are subject to principles of remoteness, causation, and mitigation. Remoteness tests the link between breach and loss. Causation examines if the breach caused the harm. Mitigation requires minimizing the impact of a breach. These principles ensure fair compensation. They guide legal assessments of damages. Remoteness refers to the legal test of causation in contract breaches. It determines which losses can be compensated. Not all losses are recoverable, even with a factual link. The law assesses if the damage is too remote. This ensures only foreseeable losses are compensated. Causation asks if the defendant's conduct caused harm. It differs from factual causation, which checks if damage resulted from a breach. Legal causation attributes damage to a breach despite factual links. The but-for test is used to filter claims. It ensures only genuine breaches are compensated. Mitigation requires victims to minimize damages from a breach. Victims must act reasonably to reduce personal losses. Failure to mitigate can lead to reduced compensation. Courts evaluate actions taken post-breach. This principle balances fairness and responsibility in awarding damages. Nominal damages are symbolic, acknowledging a breach without substantial loss. They affirm the claimant's rights were violated. These damages are minimal, reflecting the absence of significant harm. Courts award them to recognize legal wrongs. They emphasize the breach, not the loss. Aggravated damages compensate for emotional distress caused by a breach. They address non-pecuniary losses like humiliation. Courts award them when the breach was particularly offensive. These damages go beyond standard compensation. They aim to acknowledge the emotional impact on the victim. Restitutionary damages aim to strip profits gained from a breach. They focus on the defendant's gain, not the claimant's loss. Courts award them to prevent unjust enrichment. These damages are rare and apply in specific cases. They ensure fairness in contract breaches. Account of profits requires defendants to surrender gains from a breach. It ensures they do not benefit from wrongful acts. This remedy is equitable, not compensatory. Courts use it to achieve fairness in specific situations. It aligns with restitutionary principles in contract law. Foreseeability is key in assessing remoteness. Losses must be foreseeable at contract formation. Unforeseeable losses are deemed too remote. Courts evaluate what parties could predict. This principle limits recoverable damages to reasonable expectations. The but-for test assesses if a breach caused the loss. It asks if the loss would occur without the breach. This test filters out claims unrelated to the breach. It's a preliminary step in causation analysis. Courts use it to establish a direct link to the breach. Legal causation differs from factual causation in contract law. Factual causation checks if the breach led to damage. Legal causation attributes responsibility for the breach. Courts consider both in awarding damages. This distinction is crucial in legal assessments. Victims must take steps to mitigate losses post-breach. Courts expect reasonable actions to minimize impact. Failure to mitigate affects damage awards. This principle ensures fairness in compensation. It balances claimant rights with practical responsibilities. Courts assess the victim's actions after a breach. They check if reasonable steps were taken to reduce losses. Extreme measures are not required for mitigation. The focus is on what a reasonable person would do. This evaluation impacts the final damages awarded. Expectation loss covers the benefits the claimant expected. It's the difference between expected and actual outcomes. Courts award damages to bridge this gap. This loss type is central in breach of contract cases. It ensures claimants receive what they were promised. Reliance loss compensates for wasted expenses due to a breach. It covers costs incurred in reliance on the contract. Courts award these damages to restore financial positions. This loss type focuses on expenditures, not profits. It's crucial in assessing breach impacts. Courts sometimes award damages beyond strict compensation. This includes non-compensatory damages like aggravated ones. The aim is to address broader impacts of a breach. These awards recognize emotional and psychological harm. They ensure comprehensive justice in contract law. Contract law balances fairness with responsibility and damages. Principles like mitigation ensure claimants act reasonably. Courts assess actions to determine fair compensation. This balance protects both parties in a contract. It upholds justice in legal disputes. In conclusion, understanding damages in contract law involves the principles of remoteness, causation, and mitigation. These guide compensation for breaches, ensuring fairness. By grasping these concepts, you can better navigate legal disputes and contract obligations. Thank you for watching this video. If you have any questions, please contact us on 074843616888.